What's going on, guys? Back again today to talk about some new set photos of the Daredevil Born Again show that have been released. I have not talked about this show much at all, even though I'm like my favorite Marvel character is Daredevil. Like you probably can't make it out, but over here on my Marvel comic shelf, I have more Daredevil trades than anything else. I love Daredevil. I love the character. Favorite Marvel character, hands down, for sure. I'm not a fan at all of the current Daredevil run that's going on right now, where he's like been reborn as a priest and he's fighting the seven deadly sins. Really kind of sucks. I'm sorry, but it just does. But as far as just like overall within the story of Marvel, Daredevil's my favorite. But yet I have not talked much about this show at all because there really hasn't been anything to talk about other than the fact that production got delayed. But you know, they also just kind of like tease us too much. Daredevil's gonna be in She-Hulk. Okay, he was in an episode and he was wearing the stupid ass yellow suit, and at the end of it, he did the walk of shame without the boots on, in the full costume, just in broad daylight, with other people walking past him without the boots on. That was lame. That was lame as hell. Oh, and but it had nothing to do, like it didn't set anything up for Daredevil Born Again. It didn't reference anything in the Daredevil Netflix show that had come before. Nothing. It was kind of cool to see him again, but I don't know. And also, on a side note, real quick, they like him and She-Hulk went up against some like criminal goons in a warehouse. And not to say like the fight scenes or the fight choreography was bad, but I just remember watching it and I was like, why do all these like criminal goons and thugs have crossbows? And then and I was like, why is Disney being a wuss? Why are they being weak cowards about guns and shit? Like guns exist, they're part of the world, and criminals would use them. And then someone pointed out to me trying to make a counter argument, like, well, this is California, and California has a lot stricter like gun control measures in place. I was like, oh, okay. Wait, no, that still doesn't work because those only apply to law-abiding citizens, not criminals. Trust me, there are tons of firearms owned illegally all across the state of California, especially in Southern California. So, yeah, this idea like they have crossbows, like that shit was lame. The whole thing was lame. And then they advertised him in Echo. Daredevil's going to be in Echo. And I thought maybe we might get a little bit more of him because there's actually a good decent chunk of the late 90s, early 2000s Daredevil comic book run where he kind of, as Matt Murdock, he has a relationship with Echo, like they're lovers, but Echo has been incorrectly told by Kingpin that Daredevil killed her father or some shit. So she's there to kill Daredevil, but she's falling in love with Matt Murdock. And it goes on. It's a good little chunk of that Daredevil run in comics. So I'm sitting here going, "Oh, okay, so he might actually be in Echo." Nope, once again, one episode. He was in Echo less than he was in She-Hulk. At least he was in the red suit again. They got the message. Fuck off with that lame yellow shit. Don't think that just because you do some kind of fan service or you attempt fan service, it's always going to work out. Like certain things suck because they're meant to suck, and Daredevil's yellow costume has always sucked. It's always been a piece of shit. If you like it, I'm sorry, you're just fucking wrong. It's ketchup and mustard. It's Ronald McDonald. Like get the fuck out of here. So he's in Echo for like all of one scene. He does a fight scene with Echo, and it's a pretty mediocre fight scene at that. And yeah, then like they've just teased us a lot. So there hasn't really been like I don't know. I've been waiting for some news about Daredevil Born Again. There's just none. Well, that's because the production got delayed. But now we're starting to get a little bit. We've heard like John Bernthal's coming back as Punisher. The what's her name? Anna Wall, I think, or something like that. The Karen Page actress. They're all coming back. Everyone's coming back. And the one good thing I will say about Echo is that it seems to firmly canonize the Daredevil Netflix series, which then canonizes Punisher. It also canonizes Defenders, which canonizes all the rest of them because they're all interconnected. You know. So without further ado, let's take a look at these two set photos. Mainly they're just to show off his new duds. So this is the new red Daredevil suit for the Daredevil Born Again show. This guy here in the purple and black, I think is supposed to be Bullseye. I think. I don't know why that's what he's wearing, but whatever. I would like to see him have the Bullseye logo on his forehead. And speaking of logos, you might notice something. Even though this costume, I think, is an improvement over the Netflix show, it's more red, right? Like the Netflix show, one, there was too much straight black, and then also the red of the Netflix show suit was a very maroon muted red. It was not red. I don't want it to be like bright red. You know what I mean? But like this on this Superman cape, I don't want it to be like that. But this is good. This shit right here, this is good. And over here, it's a good red color for Daredevil. So there's less black, that's good. There's more red. I wish that the so you got the red helmet with the horns. I wish this like neck stuff that came up under the helmet, I wish that was also the same color red. Like, and I wish the boots were red. Honestly, I wish the only black on this was like, here in the elbow joint and like in the fingers and whatever, a little bit running through the chest and whatnot. That's fine. But I wish the boots were red too. But this is a huge improvement. It's a huge improvement over the red and yellow one from She-Hulk, and it is even, in my opinion, a slight improvement over the Netflix one. Now, I talked about logos a minute ago, and that's what got me on the subject. Even though this is an improvement, you notice he's still missing the DD logo from the front. And I don't know how I feel about it. Like a part of me is the comic book fan in me wants it there, but at the same time, I just think about it, I'm like, does it really fit with this Daredevil? You know what I mean? Like, is this really a Daredevil that is making, I don't know. I guess it does. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like putting a brand logo on yourself, your own brand logo. It's like you're the owner of Nike and you always wear Nike shit. Like I don't. It's just I don't know. I kind of want it there. I kind of don't. I'll tell you what I want. I want it to be unilateral across um, film, comics, animation, video games. Like if we're not going to do the DD logo on his chest in the live action MCU, then let's take it off the comics. You know what I mean? Let's basically put Daredevil in the comics in a suit very much so reminiscent of this, just comic book illustrated. It's obviously not going to be live action. But let's put him in a comic book suit. Let's put him in a suit very reminiscent of this in the comics and call it a day. I think that would be cool too. Because I've got a video coming up, guys, actually, where I'm going to be talking about superhero costumes and like what it is about superhero costumes that doesn't really work anymore and what still does and what needs to be changed. So if that sounds like something you'd like to that kind of interests you, stay tuned for that video. But this kind of goes in line with it. Like Daredevil, even though he does have superpowers, super senses, ninja training, martial arts training, he does not have any kind of superpower that provides him with any kind of defense or invulnerability or extra added durability, which is why he needs the body armor. In the Netflix show, he got the fuck beat out of him and he got cut the fuck up. And that's like the nurse that was treating his wounds like started telling him like, dude, you need body armor. And at first he was like, no, it would slow me down too much. But then he happened to find a dude that made rather high quality, lightweight body armor, and he got him to make him a suit. So at least there was an acknowledgement that like Daredevil's like, if I take a bullet to the chest, right? If someone blasts me with a 12 gauge to the chest, I'm probably dead because even though I have super hearing and shit, I'm just a normal human. Bullets can kill me, so I need body armor, right? I'm glad that they acknowledge that because to this day in the comic books, they still have not acknowledged that. Daredevil's running around in like spandex. So this is cool. I like this. As you guys can see, I collect toys. Even though I have the Netflix Daredevil figure, I really hope we get a Daredevil Born Again figure in like the Marvel Legends toy line from this show. That would be awesome. A Bullseye figure would be cool too. Really hope we get one of those. But no, I'm digging this suit. I think it looks good. I think it's an improvement even over the Netflix show suit, which was I tolerated it. I was fine with it. But now that I'm seeing this, I'm like, no, this is definitely the way to go. I'm glad we're back in red. Fuck the yellow and red. This is way superior. And yeah, I can't. Now I'm a little hyped again. You know what I mean? After seeing him kind of suck in She-Hulk and barely seeing him do anything in Echo, and it's my favorite Marvel character. Like my Daredevil hype level was really low. I was kind of like, whatever. Like, hope we get to see him again, really, but we'll see. And now I'm kind of like, okay, like this is they're putting some effort into this. It's not just like, hey, get that Netflix suit out of the closet, throw him back in that. Let's make a Daredevil. Let's slap together a Daredevil show because apparently people want it. No, they made a whole new suit, right? And it looks like they're going to be putting some effort into this. I think the plan is still for it to be 18 episodes long. It's at least from last I heard, that was still the plan. And yeah, I think this is going to be a good show. The only thing that's going to be weird is like season 3 of Daredevil on Netflix was heavily, and I mean heavily, inspired by the Born Again storyline. And now we're actually doing Daredevil Born Again, unless it's just it's name only, right? I think what the difference is going to be between Daredevil Born Again and season 3 of Daredevil on Netflix is his identity, right? In season 3 of Daredevil on Netflix, the Kingpin did a lot of shit, but he didn't really do anything to ruin Matt Murdock's life and put him through hell because Matt Murdock's life was already ruined due to the results of the end of Defenders. Like he was declared missing. Most people thought he was dead. Foggy Nelson and Karen Page thought he was dead. When he showed back up again, they were shocked. So he was already like off the grid, a nobody, living in that Catholic orphanage in the basement. Like, yeah. But the real plot of Daredevil Born Again is the Kingpin gets a hold of Daredevil's secret identity and finds out he's Matt Murdock. And rather than just expose him, he uses that information to destroy Daredevil's life, to destroy Matt Murdock's life, gets him disbarred, gets him evicted, all kinds of shit, right? From both from a professional standpoint as a lawyer, also as Daredevil. He hooks this other assassin dude up, not Bullseye, someone else up with another version of the Daredevil costume. He starts doing crazy shit. So I think it's going to lean into that because we know that Wilson Fisk knows Daredevil's identity. And I think that's going to be the element of this show that we didn't see in season 3. It's going to be the Kingpin using the knowledge of Daredevil's true identity to fuck with him. That's my guess anyway. So, but yeah, I'm a little hyped for the show now. Again, I see this new cool costume. Obviously, I think this picture over here is the better picture of the two. Like this one I think was taken while they were like in the middle of doing like a fight scene or some shit. You can tell he's kind of like on the move, he's in a pose. This is just Charlie Cox in the Daredevil suit standing on set waiting for them to call action. So he's just kind of like just hanging out. But no, the suit looks sick. I'm very happy with it. So yeah, that's my take on that, though, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this new suit? Are you glad we're back in red? Are you glad that they made a completely new suit rather than just go back to the Netflix one? Did you like the Netflix one better? Do you like the more red, the more red? Let me know what you guys think. Get a discussion started. Leave some comments down below. If you like this video, please hit the like button. That really helps out my channel. And if you want to help out my channel even further, check out some of my other videos and subscribe. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys later.